With 326 horsepower and 465 pound-foot of torque, the new 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser definitely does not disappoint if you are sitting in the driver's seat and you are lucky enough to own and be driving this all-new Toyota Land Cruiser. However, the style and performance of this type of SUV may not be for everyone. I'm going to talk to you guys about that just ahead in this video. All right, so I am sitting in a brand new 2024 Trail Dust. You can see there on the side pillar here, the color, love this color. Brand new 2024 Land Cruiser premium model. It's almost the top model, one down from the first edition. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the way and the style of driving and performance and handling that you can expect from a Toyota Land Cruiser, whether it's the 1958, the Land Cruiser Premium, the first edition. I've driven them all, and I've got to say that there is something unique about the way a Land Cruiser drives, and it may not be for everyone. All right, so I myself drive a Grand Highlander Hybrid XLE, and I expected the Land Cruiser to drive similar to a lot of Toyota SUVs. I've driven them all. The Sequoia, the Toyota 4Runner, the Highlanders, maybe even the RAV4s have a similar feel to them. However, when I hopped into the Land Cruiser for the first time, it was a very different drive and a very different feel, especially when comparing to an SUV like a Grand Highlander. So I think by saying that the Land Cruiser will be a little bit more prominent to a specific demographic that is comfortable and driving this type of SUV. What do I mean by that? Well, it's very responsive, a lot of performance, a lot of power, lots of pickup on the acceleration due to all that power, all that torque, and due to the instant response of 100% available torque due to the electric motors on the hybrid system. However, when it comes to handling and when it comes to steering and turning radius and things like that, it's definitely not your typical Toyota SUV. This feels like a off-roading truck more than any other truck that we have, more than the Tundra, the Tacoma, the Toyota 4Runner. This one handles as it is made to handle. What do I mean by that? Well, it's made to handle really rough and harsh conditions. That's right. If you take a look at your driving modes and your multi-terrain modes, you've got modes that range from mud to sand to dirt to rock to snow. So this type of SUV is very good at controlling the roll and I guess controlling the handling and the responsiveness in messy, sticky, or muddy situations, in not your typical smooth road situations, more so than any SUV, and particularly at lower speeds as well. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not to say that the Land Cruiser is an uncomfortable or not an enjoyable drive. It's just very different from a Toyota Highlander, Grand Highlander, current generation Toyota 4Runner, Tundras, Tacomas, and so on. So if you're transitioning from one of these models or another manufacturer, another vehicle, and you don't have the opportunity, unfortunately, to test drive the Toyota Land Cruiser before you purchase it and take it home, well then this video is for you. This is a type of SUV that when you drive, you have to be very alert because from my experience driving the Toyota Land Cruiser, it is very responsive and very sensitive. And I'm talking about specifically the steering and the handling. And it's built to do that. You got to remember, like I said, this is a Land Cruiser. It's meant to cruise and get you through any kind of situation that you put in its path. So having said that, it's going to drive a little bit differently when it's on your typical day-to-day driving smooth surface roads and highways. Now, the Toyota Land Cruiser, you also sit very high up. This is probably the highest sitting SUV that Toyota currently has, next to probably the new generation Toyota 4Runner. You sit very high up, higher than any Highlander, higher than any Tacoma, higher than any RAV4, of course, and you've got a lot of headroom. I'm 6'2", and this is the most headroom that I have in really any Toyota, next to, you know, a Tundra. Tundra has similar headroom to this. So one thing I want to mention, yes, you sit very high up. You have a very clear view of what's going on around you. Nice big windshield, big squared out windows on the side. It's just, like I said, it's ready to cruise the land. You got your downhill assist crawl button, which is made exactly for that. When you're going down a steep hill at low speeds, this will help you with traction. You've got your multi-terrain select. Let me show you what I'm talking about with regards to all these different driving modes. So here you have it. You've got your auto, you've got your dirt, sand, mud, and deep snow. So it goes without saying that a vehicle that's capable, very well capable, of driving through all these conditions, harsh, messy, uneven, is going to drive differently when it comes to your main road driving. You've got to remember, the Toyota Land Cruiser is built with the kinetic dynamic suspension system, which adjusts automatically to adapt to off-road and on-road conditions. And this may be one of the reasons why the Toyota Land Cruiser drives so differently and so uniquely compared to any other Toyota SUV. All 2024 Toyota Land Cruisers come with a center locking differential, electronically controlled 2-speed transfer case, and an electronic locking rear differential, and an automatic limited slip center differential to get you out of any situation that you're in. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this test drive review, I guess you can call it, of how the Toyota Land Cruiser really feels and drives. If you're into the off-road truck feel, style, and the maneuverability of being able to go off-roading, camping, going through, you know, trails and whatnot, then definitely the Toyota Land Cruiser is for you. However, if you are a customer that needs a family SUV that is, you know, just your day-to-day vehicle, you're not going to be doing any kind of off-roading or camping or whatever it is, perhaps you might want to try to take the Toyota Land Cruiser for a test drive before making the purchase, because it is definitely a very different feel and drive when compared to other SUVs and other Toyota SUVs specifically. Hope you enjoyed this video and review. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care.